It's pivotal for emerging biotechs to secure sophisticated investors, partners, and expert consultants to bring their therapies to market. In this excerpt from a webinar given by Dr. Fran Brown, Senior Vice President at Certara, she explains how the asset evaluation process looks at a drug program's risk mitigation, and probability of success.
Coming on to what investors focus on in due diligence, and the answer to this is it really depends. It depends on what kind of deal they have in mind and what they're looking to do. And on this slide, I have three different large buckets of deal structures. There are others around this, but most of them fall into these three major categories. And I'm going to start with the simple one first, and that is when a deal is focused only around money. A company is looking to invest. And there the focus of due diligence is looking at what is the probability that they will actually make the return on investment that they are planning. And return on investment can be linked in two ways. It can be linked to milestones, or it can be dependent on royalty from commercial sales. In these instances, what is very important for this and for the probability of success is understanding the strategic competencies of the company that is doing the development and the people there. It's also very, very much dependent on trusting that that team can deliver on their promises, so understanding the project development plan, what is it going to achieve, is it likely to succeed, and how is that company managing those risks. At the other end of the spectrum, we have acquisition, which is a bit like a house sale. A company is acquiring another asset. In this situation, the competencies of the selling company have less impact because the acquirer will take forward the development and will have the opportunity to develop it according to its own plan and its own timelines. So in these situations, therapeutic fit and commercial fit become much more of the drivers. Does this compound add to their own platform, their own portfolio? Does it fit with the sales teams they already have in place from a commercialization properties? What is it they can leverage with the synergies of the acquisition? So you're looking at a very different set of parameters for those two different alternatives. In the middle of that, we actually have the most complicated situation possible, which is a co-development. And this is essentially like a marriage of two companies. And here, all of the factors I've previously discussed come into play. Therapeutic fit is important, commercial fit is important, the deal structure, core competencies of both parties is very important. And added to that, there are additional factors, and those factors that revolve around how do those two companies take forward this development together. So company philosophy becomes a very big factor. How do you control decision-making for a co-development? How do you break ties when the companies want to go in different directions strategically? All of those things now become more important. So you can see that what is the focus of a due diligence is actually very, very much driven by what the intent and the deal structure is.